Hello, Karolina, and welcome everybody to this
Hello.
new conversation. Yes. So
Yeah.
you can see that Karolina is outside today, and I
Yes.
was
This is my
outside too.
outside office. Yeah. This is
Yeah.
my outside office today.
We wanted to both be in our outside office, but I had to go back because as I am not a professional video maker, I couldn't record from my mobile, so I had to come back to my computer. So I
Yeah.
am inside, but it's okay. Yeah, beautiful. You
I
can
will
share a
show a
little bit
little,
of
yeah,
nice view.
background.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fantastic. And this is a lake, isn't it? Or a
Yes,
river?
yes. It's a huge lake here.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Fantastic. And this morning we're going to be quick because of course Karolina is outside and it's different location. But we're going to talk more. And actually, before I start and before Karolina, you start too, let me
Mm-hmm.
remind all the people who are going to watch us to click on the subscribe button and to also click on the bell so that you can be updated
Yeah.
every time I upload a video. And do the same for Karolina's channel. It will be in the description of this video. And what else, Karolina? What else do we have to remind
What else?
our
What else? Like
audience?
us, comment us,
Yeah,
share our
yeah,
videos with other
yeah.
people, ask us question,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
waiting for this. Yes, for your
Yes,
reaction here.
yeah, absolutely. Because YouTube needs to understand what my channel is about. And
Mm-hmm.
because I speak three different languages and I do beautiful but different things and I speak about them on the same channel, it needs a little bit more
Confused.
pushing from the audience to understand whose people it can show my videos. So that
Mhm.
said,
Yeah.
let's go on and let's dive in our conversation. Yeah, today it's about
Yeah.
our
Yes.
most common clients, like the characteristic that our clients, the most common
Mm-hmm.
characteristic. Let's rephrase it. Yeah. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we are going to talk about that because I think that people can then resonate. What do you think, Karolina?
Yes, of course. I think it's talking about the clients. It's always something that can show you that we are taking care of this specific group of people,
Yeah,
and the space is for you to ask the question, to connect with us, and
yeah.
to be sure that there is a lot of people with similar issues like yours, and you can get your help if you only ask about that.
Yeah. And I have to say that most of my clients, I will not say the name, I will not say the
Of course.
specific situation, but most of my
Mhm.
clients resonate with me because they are going through something that I went through already and I
Yeah.
managed to overcome. And it's always about life transitions, being in a moment
Mhm.
of your life where you cannot recognize yourself anymore, your identity is kind of
Mhm.
lost, and or maybe you have lost things or someone, or maybe you have lived some separations, let's say so. and
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
this is what happens, you feel completely lost and your identity struggles to
Yeah.
stay with the present moment. So
Yes.
because I had to work on myself, because I
Mhm.
went through all of those experiences, I think that I resonate with these people, and 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 then I can support them in the best way because I
Mhm.
am one step ahead. And
Yeah.
when you say, when I say I
Mhm.
am one step ahead, it's not because I'm better, it's just because I went through that a little bit before.
Yes, of course. And I think that this word lost is it's good word that fits here in 100% because you can feel lost, that you are lost in every sphere of your life. So it doesn't need to be connected to losing someone. You can lose whatever. You can lose your self-esteem. You can lose your I don't know, the power of seeing yourself that you can achieve something. You can lose the trust to yourself. You can lose everything, because when we are losing something, when we feel this, then we have this lack inside, and we are looking for the answer and for something or someone that can fulfill this hole. And that's why I think we are looking for the answers. And I was also like Sabrina in the same situation. I think that everybody has got this moment in the life that we are looking for the new sense, and we try to understand what is going on in our life, what is going on around, and how to find myself, for example, in the new situation. Yes, because something maybe was good for me for many years, but from today it's not. And then I try to uh, find this foundation, to find myself in this life again, and to see that my life has got purpose and sense, and that I am a valuable person. And as you said, Sabrina, about these experiences, yes, I think that most of therapists and people who wants to help other people, uh, they started do it because they found their own answers. And they had this experience, and now they want to share because they want to help others. Because we know, as you know, and I know, and many other people who are helping, they know that we can say something more. We can help these people. We can help them do something, some changes in shorter time, that you don't need to look for something many years and feel this lost and feel confusion or something else. You can meet people like us, and usually we start helping because we want to do it. We just want to help you. We just want to help you go through this situation in your life. And that's why I think I must agree with you that people feel this energy. Yes, they can feel the connection, and they can feel that you have the same and you understand them. And this is the power. The power of understanding is something incredible, because how someone can advise you to help you if he hadn't this situation in his life. It's not possible. You can't imagine someone's situation if you weren't in the same situation. You just can't. So it's easier, I think, to help, to see, to understand, and really to feel the connection with this person. And I also think that our clients who are messaging us or talking with us, working with us, they are choosing us also because they can feel that that woman understands me. I want to work with her, and they can feel that we are honest, that it's not a kind of acting.
Yes.
That it's about true help.
Because this is the point. It's about making people see that once you have found your identity, whatever identity, because people don't come to us to stick to our identity. We're not going to tell them what they have to do and how they have to do, but they will find their own identity. They will recognize themselves again. And once a person recognizes themselves, it is like an awakening. It's like, okay, now whatever I do, I know that I'm doing it for a reason. And it was like this for me many years ago, like maybe it's not even many years ago, but around 10 years ago, let's say so. 10 years ago, I was still looking for the meaning of what I was doing, which means that my identity was not completely matching the reality that I was living, because I was still wondering, but what am I doing? What am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? I was all the time thinking and thinking and thinking. And that was exhausting. And what I notice is that very often my clients, they are exhausted. even if they're
Mhm.
successful, you know. And successful doesn't mean that they are millionaires, because success is what
Mhm.
fulfills you in life, what makes you feel alive. You can be very successful, but at the same time, inside, having this little voice that is telling you, but is it really what you're meant to do? Are you
Mhm.
really sure that everything is okay? And then you start doubting and doubting and doubting, and you manage, you know, as I managed, I see other people, they manage to hide on the outside. They they
Mhm.
seem even very self-confident. They seem, you
Yeah.
know, unstoppable. But then at one point, something happens, even very small thing can happen, and then it all crashes.
Yes, I totally agree with you. And I also think that, when it goes about working with the clients, it's like they need to have someone to help them uh, understand for in the first place to understand and to because you said also that to find the identity, yes, to find the new identity, but we can also help them to create that identity
Yeah, I don't
because
mean a
if
new identity. I mean the true
mhm,
identity.
the true
Yeah.
identity. Hmm. Yeah, exactly. And what I wanted to say, I'm sorry because someone was passing and I was a little disturbed because of that. I wanted to say that I can see, for example, that I attract a lot of people, a lot of clients with self-confidence issues, with many sickness. This is what I attract, yes. And even if you don't plan to work with that kind of people, they come to you. So it's something also incredible that these people are choosing us. And if they are
I
choosing
know
us, there
why,
must be
actually,
something,
Karolina.
yeah,
I know
yes.
because I had to work so much on my self-confidence, so much. I was one of these women who look very self-confident. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
was telling me, "You're so strong, you know, you can do whatever
Yeah,
you want."
yeah.
But inside, I was telling myself all the time, they're going to find out very soon that I am completely lost, completely, you know. And
Yeah.
so, because I had to work on me, I think that this is why I attract more and more this kind of
Yes, for
clients.
sure. Because when you have this, when you work on you, on yourself, then you can see it clearly, yes, that someone has got this issue because usually they speak
Yeah,
about something quite different. But the foundation, the base of that is usually self-confidence, that they are not confident to speak about them, to
yeah,
show up, to work, to be yourself, to express your feelings, to speak freely, yes. In fact, the confidence is connected to everything. So my clients, even when we are talking about sickness, when we do a session, usually we will find that the root and the reason is something that make them feel that they can't control their own life, and it makes them less confident because they couldn't do nothing
yeah,
to change, for example, the conditions, yes, of the situation. And of course, we work usually on the past, and usually the situation happened when they were a child, the children, yes, so they couldn't change anything.
yeah.
But this is so strong that it still works in their life. And it's something, it shows us that the confidence is really something very important because if we were confident, because it's also connected to a fear, yes? If
Yes,
I'm
and I was going
confident,
there. I was going to go
yeah.
there. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Because it's about, you know, when there is a big transition in your life and it makes you feel
mhm,
that you cannot control it, you start
yeah,
being afraid, afraid of what you don't control.
yes, yes, about everything, in fact, because if you have no fear in your life, what would you do? You will do everything. You will be able to do everything, yes? And it seems like so easy, even if you try to imagine it in your mind, yes? it's easy when you are confident. You can do this, you can do that, you can go whatever, you can work whenever, you can say whatever, and it's easy. And it should be this way because life is for that. But we know that the fear
Yeah.
is is one of the biggest uh, things that
Fear
destroy
is the
this
worst
confidence.
vibration. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
worst vibration that we can experience because it paralyzes. It's not one of the lowest vibrations, like
Hmm.
low, 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 but it's the worst because, when you are afraid, there are people who react, but then it's a
Hmm.
reaction, and there are people who froze, they just paralyze
Yes.
themselves and their life, and they live on that level even for many, many years.
Hmm.
Some can live their
Yeah.
whole
Yes.
life based on fears,
Yes.
and this
Yeah.
is this is something that they are not even aware.
Yes.
and
Yes.
and I think that now I maybe go out of the topic that we are talking about, but this is what uh, society is built on: fear.
Hmm.
They
Yeah.
want, like, I don't know, I don't want to mention who, but most times there is somebody above other people who decides that they have to spread fear in order to have more control, because when you are afraid,
Hmm.
other people have got more control on you.
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
and at the same time, the person that is experiencing that fear, that emotion, doesn't understand why they are so afraid, because we were not born with fears.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. In fact, yes. And when I now I think about my clients, all the situation, that it's so
Yeah,
crazy, amazing that everything was connected to the fear. Even the diet, even doing diet, you can feel fear because you will lose your precious time, your pleasure of eating something because you want to start a diet. And it's also a fear that I will lose something. And it comes from somewhere, yes? It has a first reason
yeah,
of that feeling. You
yeah,
you must lost something in the past so huge and it was so deep that today you want to do something for yourself and you think about that I am losing my sweets, for example. Yes.
yeah,
And it
yeah.
looks for normal human being, the people don't think about it this way. But when we are observing that, it's a really clear message. Yes.
Yeah.
That
And
it even doesn't have any sense that you want to do something good for yourself and you think that you are at the same time you are losing something.
it doesn't make sense when you are aware, but people that are not aware,
Yeah.
for
Hmm.
them it makes total sense, and it is also
Yes.
understandable, because when I was in that place, it
Yeah.
made total sense to me too. So
Yeah, of course.
yeah, I
Hmm.
think that we are going to be short today, yeah, and we can expand more these
Yes, the fear is
these
something
yeah,
interesting.
we have
Yes.
already done a video or two. There are already on my channel a video or two on fears that are very interesting, but fear is an emotion that actually needs more attention, because there are many. We human beings are very creative, so
Yes.
we have
Hmm.
created a lot of fears on
Yeah.
anything. So we will be back and we will talk
Hmm.
more about this. I
Yes,
wish
of
you,
course.
Karolina, a beautiful, beautiful day at the lake.
And thank you. And I also wish you the same. Have a nice
Yeah,
day and have your walk later.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we will be back soon. Bye bye.
Thank you.